Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik and this is a game 1, the Pacific Admirals Edition. This is my play by email match against KilRoy. This is scenario 1, no modification, standard 1 day turn setup. Yeah, this is now the really last days of March and I have an invasion fleet going for New Zealand. And I'm not more sure if I can catch the time, but with a little luck, maybe the resistance of the base I choose to invade is not so high. Here first we find enemy battleships, so this is one of my patrol boats, so don't expect here too much. A little fire. Idaho, New Mexico and Mississippi, this is all east of Marcus Island. Plus a bunch of destroyers for escort. And there was another patrol boat trying to escape. This is Marcus Island and yeah, here are still destroyers. And now I arrived with my first invasion fleet at Darwin, so just barely in time. But Darwin have heavy coastal batteries, so it's really a little dangerous to land here directly. So I had to use my heavy cruisers at least. I could maybe use more. Landing itself is okay. Yeah, some casualties are always. And more hits on my cruisers, this is fine. Even light cruisers, they can tank it maybe. All of the cargo ships they're getting on fire, maybe they will burn down. But still, that is okay. Cargo ships simply for this kind of operation are necessary to be lost. Here's a torpedo attack on an enemy submarine. Unluckily, my rowboat missed. This is, I think it's the entries of, yeah, here's Brisbane. So this was just, I think, a Dutch submarine trying to come back or go out of Brisbane. And I intercepted, but cannot get the hit. Yeah. Sweeping Rangoon, nothing, no air cover. And the British getting their daily bombardment. And again. I even sent escorts here today because I was not sure if KilRoy would try here some super sneaky stuff. And better be prepared and not be sorry. So far, most of my bomber strikes was not intercepted, laying only very light losses. I mean, some bases I know it's impossible for him to intercept me, then I can play it easy. Also in China, I normally try early on not be in range of enemy air bases, and you don't need really air cover because how the long range cap is limited to normal range, and I think most of the Allies airplanes have a very short normal range. And long range cap also get super strong on fatigue and airframe maintenance time, something like this. So I mean, many airframes, if you make too long long range caps, they break down, have operational losses written off on something like this. So it is, I think, always more or less nearly an emergency situation to make long range cap. It cannot be the standard. At least if you know what you're doing, then maybe this is okay. But if you make long range cap, I think you must at least rest your air wing for one day after this. So no Navy strikes. Maybe a recon airplane just died. But it can be also only sound problem. Sometimes this happens in this game. So my submarine in Marcus Island gets attacked again. 3 more hits. And I too try to return to base. And still unloading. And this time one of my AKs is really dead. 7 more hits, heavy damage, heavy fire, so that one is lost. Good. The 100 Chinese Corps stop existence, at least for the next 2-3 months. Then it will maybe reform in Changsha, Chongqing, not Changsha. And here was nothing, only empty base. It's the same here. And this is what KilRoy have in Darwin. So I'm not sure if this is everything, but you can see that there are more base forces. So KilRoy bring a lot of base forces all to Darwin. Plus some other equipment. I'm not sure what starts here completely, but at least all of the base forces coming to Darwin. He maybe flies them out, I don't know. And this bombardment is very strong. Surprisingly strong, but this is clear terrain, so there's nothing I can hide. All my guys are, and they don't dig in, so I must endure this. So, air losses, light, there was not really much. One Catalina 1 gets killed by flak, and the other scout airplane gets killed by, I think, by maybe cap fighter. So this is a scout recon airplane, and this is a scout airplane, so both lost against Japanese cap fighters or flak. And ship sunk. Maybe there was some ships going down. Yeah, my patrol boat gets killed by enemy. 14-inch. This is heavy stuff. Good. China, no really movement. I have here problems with supplies, so would I want to move forward if I have no supplies? Stalingrad is far. Why you won't go there if you have not even enough to... I mean, I have not even enough supplies to supplies is frontline bases, so I don't want to really push deeper into the mountains and the no, really rough terrain. So, but at the end, so far I can push forward, but I'm running out of supplies, so and maybe I must slow down, but so far China is okay. My forces also arrived at Rangoon, so next turn I can maybe start attack. I also catch up with some British forces blocking here the road. So this is all fine. This is this unit near to Bangkok, so there's not more much left. I bombed them completely. And once this is done, maybe I can use now my Thai forces. I keep my Thai forces in Bangkok. I'm still not so sure what is the better way, or because I think most of the Thai forces, or all of the Thai forces, start with 50-50 disabled units, and keep them in Bangkok with the Bangkok HQ. It needs roughly 3 months, 3 and a little, maybe maximum 4 months, to get all the disabled units back to active fighting squads. At the same time, you also can get the morale up and the experience a little. At least some units are getting, I think, higher points. Some starting with 25, so they are now, I think, at 35. And the 35 guys, they are now at 40, 45. It will not change still the Thai forces to be a really first-class army, but at least more than police force, maybe. Good. Still 7 miles to go, maybe 2 days more. So the one big battle, or the amphibious assault, was more or less a success. I have here one light cruiser is damaged and out of ammunition. One of my destroyers is damaged, but is okay. 2 of my cargo ships are dead. 9-inch is simply too much. Burning, system damage. This ship is lost. But the unloading was done. This ship is maybe lost. I was not sure with Japanese damage system. But yeah, it is acceptable. The problem is that KilRoy have here 20,000 guys, and I don't expect here too much. So, and I sent here what I had just nearby, because I was running out of time, maybe a little too slow. So I must try to get maybe more forces together. I have here still some attack value left. The 2 regiments I can maybe take, and 1 more infantry naval guards unit. So maybe 300 more attack value, then I can have here maybe 600, 700 attack value. But there is not really much more, because I try. This was maybe a mistake, or it's always a question: how strong is the ally? Where is strong? If I split my forces, I make a smaller attempt on Darwin. At the same time, I go to Rangoon. If I now take all of the forces to Rangoon, it will help me to win in Rangoon faster. Or I don't go for Rangoon and I go all for Darwin. Yeah, but I choose this way to split my forces in this, like 25% of my values of the southern Japanese army going for Darwin, and 70 or more % going for Burma. Yeah. Every player must choose this, and it's always a reaction game. How strong is the enemy, where he is strong. My subs are in position, not that I have here a lot, and I come in closer and closer. I was not sure how is the detection value. I have here thunderstorm, so no detection. We'll see. If I have still the 30s and then the 31st, so I have 1 more day to move and then 1 day to land my forces. Fiji itself is first okay. I bring in I think the rest of my amphibious, I still unload here first. This needs some time because but at least I can do it now. I still have the bonus. Then I must reform everything, wait 1 or 2 turns, and then can load the divisions. But you can also see I have no fuel, I have no supplies, dead end. I was shipped all to Nomaya. Nomaya have enough fuel and also some supplies, but it's not that it's too much. backup operations is still Rabul with nearly 200,000 fuel and over 80,000. But again, because my supply lines is here handicapped, I don't know where to go first. So there's a lot of APs and other stuff arriving in Marcus Island. I have now only subs to mess up with KilRoy first. Same in Wake. I still waiting for my task forces to regroup in Truk. So next turn I can maybe set sail and get a better picture of how is the situation around Saipan and Marcus Island. Yeah, good. Thank you all. See you next time. Take care. Bye bye.